Okay, today I'd like to welcome Jason from Create Peter Wealth. He's my special guest tonight, and Jason's going to actually share with us some marketing tips and techniques and what he does in regards to the business that himself and Brad Shepherd run called Create Peter Wealth. So welcome, Jason, and thank you very much for being here with us tonight.
Oh, my pleasure. And I hope you like my headphones.
Very sexy.
Thank you. That's what I was looking for.
So, Jason, would you like to just share with the listeners what is Create PT Wealth and how you and Jason sort of obviously came to the realization of having this business available for PT trainers, and maybe just, some of the downsides or the realizations or the aha moments that you both had?
Yeah, sure. Well, I guess Brad and I have been in the industry for about, 18 to 20 years. Funny enough, we actually first met on a bodybuilding stage when we were 15. So there we were, 15 years old, tanned up, oiled up, pretty skinny back there at 15, but, thought we had the goods. And from that process, I guess we both were involved in sport. High school, loved it. Funny enough, we then both got into personal training at about the age of 18 when we left high school. Back then, though, personal training was pretty raw, it was pretty new, and it really hadn't evolved yet. There was a lot of gym programs, a lot of working in a gym floor. So slowly evolved, and we were charging $30 an hour for a session, and for me personally, I think Brad was the same though. It was one of those jobs where I wasn't sure if I was going to stay in it. Could you make it a career? Could you make a go of it? Could you turn it into a business? So for me, I did security and I worked at other jobs, and I was in and out of it for a little while because I really didn't know if it could be a successful business. So that was a little bit about, I guess, how my personal experience with personal training. Then it started to change in terms of, I guess the health and fitness industry. People started taking, I guess, a bit more, their health and fitness more seriously, and personal training really developed into one of the largest, I guess, businesses in the world. It's such a huge thing. And Brad and I were lucky enough to have some success and great mentors in the early pieces, and we started to learn that to run a successful business, it wasn't just about the lifting of the weights and winning Australian bodybuilding titles and all that. It was about how to attract clients, how to sell your service, how to sell your benefits. And through that experience, we were able to build, large and successful businesses. We had other people working for us. And how it came about, how Create PT Wealth started, was that I just started mentoring some of my friends and other trainers that saw the success that I had. And, then Brad was the same. And I guess over coffee one day, we just got together and said, look, there seems to be a lot of good trainers out there that are getting out of the industry, unfortunately, because they don't have the business mindset, skills, and attitude to make this thing work. And that's a real shame. And because we're really passionate about this industry, we said, look, maybe we can start assisting these people. And that's really how it started. And we just said, look, let's just run some workshops for a 12-month period and see if it's something that we both are passionate about, want to do. And over the 12 months at the end, we checked in. We said, look, we really like this as a business. We're really making a difference, not just in their personal and their business life, but their personal lives. And and that's how Create PT Wealth started.
Fabulous. And just recently, congratulations also, you've both written a international bestseller called Personal Trainer's Guide to Wealth Creation. How's that going?
Yeah, thank you. It's going fantastic, way better than we, I guess, first anticipated. Once again, it was just to get some tools out there because we want to have a bigger impact on people, reach a wider audience worldwide, and it's been perceived really well. A lot of the colleges, fitness colleges, are purchasing these books to give them to their students before they become qualified, so they're armed with a bit more business knowledge. So, look, it's really fantastic. We couldn't be happy with it. We're actually having a big launch, proper launch of the book early next month. So, starting in May, we're actually going to be really heavily promoting it. But already, of course, we've sold thousands of copies for it to become a bestseller. It's been ranked number one on, I think, on Amazon and Google for our category for personal training business. So we're pumped about that, and it's really a great tool for us to introduce ourselves to people that are looking to be more successful in the personal training arena.
Fabulous. Wow, that's so good. Thank you for that. Now, like in regards to the program or the Create PT Wealth business, obviously you're dealing with a lot of young people, coming out of fit college or maybe they've been in the industry for a few years. What do you see in regards to their struggles? What obviously, like you said, there's a bit of a gap between being a business owner and being a great, trainer or a great mechanic at what you do. What would be the number one struggle that you see reoccurring? And it probably works with other industries as well, not just PT trainers.
Yeah. Uh, the, the main business, that would be my business. Just on that one question. So the main thing is they struggle with is they get out of college and they don't know how to promote themselves. They don't know how to market themselves. They don't know how to get the clients. So I think the unfortunate thing is when they go to college, they think that they just get qualified. They go out there, go into a Fitness First, a big chain, open their own studio, and magically clients are going to appear. And the reality hits them that that's not how it works. So I'd say that's the biggest challenge that a lot of trainers have.
Mm. And I think there's, that's across the board, isn't it, with a lot of businesses,
Yeah,
understanding how to market and how to promote and how to get those lead generations and different strategies in place.
of course, yeah. And
Yeah.
we use the McDonald's analogy a lot in our workshops, and we say, do they make the best hamburger? Well, that's probably debatable. In my opinion, they don't make great hamburgers. However, what they're phenomenal at is marketing and branding themselves and attracting people into their business. And they're that good that they have pimply-faced teenagers running the show. So that's a good business.
Absolutely, definitely. So obviously there's a system in place, isn't there, for that to happen?
Yeah, that's right. It's just in a place that I guess anybody can walk into your business and can run that, and the business can run on autopilot without it relying on one key person. So systems are, as you know, in business, essential for whatever business you're going to be in. With personal training, yeah, you definitely got to have your marketing system, your lead generation system, your sales system, customer care system, system to track your income, time, and expenses. So all those things make up the body of a successful business, which once again, most people come out of the colleges and they're technically skilled, but that business part, it's like, well, now you've got to unwrap that bit, to make it work. So.
So true. So, a lot of business owners that I sort of speak to often say that, they're time poor or, they don't have enough time. And in the business world, like you were just saying then before, time was mentioned and also mindset. What are your thoughts on time management and mindset? How does that affect a business owner today, or what could they actually do to, create better time management and or their mindset? What's that about?
Yeah, a great question, and we hear it a lot in our workshops. Is people saying, my time management, and for me, time. When someone says something about time management, I know it's a surface level response. So most of them just don't know where to start. So unfortunately, if you're sitting there in business and you're not sure about what you should do to get more clients, how to do your sales process, how to market yourself effectively, what you are going to do is you're going to be doing email, you're going to be on Facebook. You're going to do whatever it is that you're more comfortable with, because sitting there not knowing what to do can be frustrating, and it's not a great feeling to feel that way. So most people want to avoid feeling that kind of discomfort or feeling like they're a failure or they don't know what to do. So next thing they're off, I guess on tasks that aren't really going to build a business successfully. And that's the trap that I see. And I've been there myself, that was a pointless day because I didn't really do any activities that were going to drive my business to be successful. And so my tip is that, really what people need to understand is what is the end goal of their business. So what do I want from this in 12 months' time? Where do I want it to head? How much do I want my income or my profit to increase? Then what does that mean? Because of that end goal, how much do I need to be selling my personal training for? How many hours or sessions is that per week? And then from there you can work backwards and really identify what are the key areas I need to be spending my time in on a daily, weekly basis to move myself forward. Now, if you don't have that in place, then your time management is going to be all over the place.
Great tip. Thank you for that. It seems so easy, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Listening to you say it, but so many businesses fail to actually even think about how they're going to get more leads or generations or profit.
Yeah, and for me, what I say to people, once you've identified those key areas, then like where you're spending your time. If getting new clients is the issue for you at the moment, I would like to know how many hours a week are you studying on marketing? How many hours are you studying people that have been successful who have done it? Are you searching on Google for that information? Are you filling your brains with that information? Are you educating yourself? And unfortunately, I see a lot of people just go, I just don't know how to do it, and that's where they get trapped. So their mantra becomes, I don't know how to get new clients, and that's what they repeat to themselves over and over again. A better question would be, is where's the first place I can look? Who do I know that's doing it well? If I had to find somebody, where would I go to? I mean, with this intellectual technology age we live in, like Google, you can find a million bits of articles. So for me, if I'm working with clients, that response is not good enough for me. Is that I don't know how to get new leads. I don't know how to market myself. You need to ask better questions, and that is, well, where do I start? So most people know the problem. So if you know the problem, you can definitely find the solution for it. But most people get trapped in that, that area, and it depends on how deep you want to go with it. Sometimes it could be a benefit not to know, because if I don't know, then I don't have to do anything.
Yeah, so true. So that plays into the mindset factor of the business owner, isn't it? Understanding what's going on for them, whether it is subconscious or whether it's conscious, and being able to identify that as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point exactly. Is that if you're really committed and you really had a burning desire to find a solution to that problem, you're going to find it. If you're not ready or you don't want to be ready, then there's a good chance you're going to be reading Men's Health and Fitness. You're going to be going down the park. You're going to be doing anything else about what you actually really need to be focusing on. And that's my experience with we've educated over 3,500 personal trainers, but I've been in the coaching world for the last 13, and so I've got a lot of experience when it comes to that side of it as well. And the people that are successful are the people that just identify the problem, and when you speak to them, they go, I've been reading this, I've been studying this, I saw this person. And the reality is, if you did even an hour of study on marketing per week, which is very minimum, then 4 hours a month, by the end of the year you're 50 odd hours, way better than you were, more skilled, more educated in how to do that. But if you get to the end of the year and you can't say that you've spent any hours at all on marketing or being better at sales or lead generation, then you probably shouldn't expect to be any further off or better off in those areas in your business.
Great tips. Thank you for that. That's really powerful. So in knowing that and knowing how successful Create PT Wealth is today, what are your thoughts about the way that we're moving forward? They say we're in a technical age at the moment, and that's moving into a I don't know, I can't even remember what they call the next stage. It's so confusing. But
Me either.
It's just keeping up with it all. Something's changing. But so how do you see businesses diversifying and adapting to these new tools like social media? And, it seems like there's this added pressure that a business owner may have to look at to promote their business online.
Yeah, and look, I couldn't agree with you more. It's the change is so rapid. I personally think if you're not using the social media aspect of your business, you really are going to be in trouble down the track. If that's another year, 2 years, 3 years, 4, I don't know. I don't have the crystal ball. However, I've seen the development of our business even over the last 5 years, from doing a lot more offline marketing to watching that fizzle out a fair bit. And I truly think if you're not good in that area, getting someone who is an expert in that area is a must. Like, honestly, it's an investment that you need to make. So you're either going to invest in educating yourself on that particular area and that skill set, or you're going to get someone else to help you out on it. I'm not really sure that's answered your question in great detail, but other than say, if you're not getting your business online and you're not using those tools like YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, effectively, then you really are leaving a lot of money on the table, and you're really doing your business a disservice.
Yes, I couldn't agree with you more. So, in that regards, I know Create PT Wealth has a great presence or a strong following on Facebook.
Yeah.
And just recently, I also know that you and Brad headed off to the personal fitness Australian fitness trade show, wasn't it? Or expo, sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. Yeah.
And would you just like to share and to the listeners what actually happened there in regards to the people that were on Facebook and what actually happened at the expo?
Sure. Yeah. We I guess for us we'd spent a good week or two promoting the fact we're going to be there. We're giving away free tickets to the event, and it was quite amazing for us to see the amount of people coming to visit us at our stand. And it's when you have that type of relationship with your people online, it breaks down all barriers of trust. Um, and we have this relationship with them, and it was so nice to have people come up and say, I've been following your stuff and I really like it. It's been adding value to us, and I lost count. I said to Brad at one point, we really should count how many people from Facebook come and saw us, but I could definitely tell you that it was over, well over 200 people. We had 200 books that we were selling at a really discounted price, and they all went really fast. And I'd say 70% of those books that were bought were people, when we asked them, how did you hear about us, was Facebook.
Wow.
So it was huge. And if I rewind the clock 12 months ago, to be honest, like our Facebook, we've really only focused on it heavily over the last 12 months. And over the last few months, we've really upped the ante. And, it's all I can tell, all of our marketing, all our leads generation now, it's all coming through Facebook.
That's huge, isn't it? And it just goes to show that, we have to market offline and online, and the two actually are a marriage, aren't they?
I agree.
I don't believe you can concentrate wholly on just online without worrying about
Yep.
the offline. But to have that experience offline must have been awesome.
Yeah, it was good. And, if you look at our business, I agree with you, because our business is coaching, mentoring. So people want to see you. They want to, in my opinion, we wouldn't run 2-day events if we didn't have to, we do it online. But, when you're asking and larger sums of money from people, they want to know what they're getting in return, and fair enough. So they want to meet you. They want to meet you in person, and we're big fans of that. We go, come and spend 2 days with us, come in person, and you'll get to know if you like us, or you get a good feel about us, and we think that's fair enough. So, yeah, I agree, and it was a phenomenal experience. It was the closest thing I imagined to being, a famous or a movie star or something like that. Where you got people coming up and going, "Oh, Jason," and you don't really know who they are, but they know you. So that was really good evidence for us that everything we were doing was working well.
Great, congratulations too, because I know it takes a lot of strategies and techniques to get it right. So well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it was good.
Okay, Jace, just before we wrap up, is there anything that I haven't asked you that you would really like to share with the business owners or potential people wanting to come into the PT industry tonight?
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm in the coaching business, so what are you going to expect me to say? And my advice is that I see way too many people try to struggle and do it alone for too long. I've lost count of the amount of people we've had come to our workshops, and then we see them 12 months or 2 years down the track. We just recently had a lady who just contacted us again. She wanted to have the tribe by herself, gone nowhere again, and come back to us and said, "Look, I'm really going to need your help." And look, that's fair enough. Some people want to go and see if that's possible. My advice is, look, skip all the hard mistakes, unnecessary mistakes that you need to make, and get around. You don't necessarily need to have a coach, but get around someone who can be a mentor from you, someone who's been there, who's been successful, to save you the time. And if you're fortunate enough to get that person or get a coach, just really make sure you utilise their experience and what they have to say. So that would be my number one tip. I had a coach years ago. It changed everything for me. And so I'm a big advocate of getting around other people that are successful. So my advice would get a mentor, get a coach as soon as you can. The investment is going to be well worth it. And it'll save you a lot of time, a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, especially if you're working by yourself. It's nice to have that support, someone has to bounce off, and that would be my number one tip at this point. Yeah.
Cool, thank you. So, Jason, where can these potential, maybe PT trainers contact you? How do they get in touch with Create PT Wealth to find out about the program or the workshops? Obviously, Facebook is one way.
Facebook definitely is a good way to find us. Another potential area you can come in. What I would recommend is you go and get our free reports, and you can do that by going to personaltrainersbusinesssystems.com. And the good thing about that is make sure that you go and sign up and get your. We've got these free 3 client generating tools, absolutely free for people who want to go and grab them. It's also, there's a bunch of articles and blog posts that I put on there, so some very good, valuable content. But go and get the free reports first and foremost. Then you can learn more about us, about our seminars and our workshops through that process.
Wonderful. Thank you, Jason. Thank you for your wealth of wisdom and for sharing your time tonight to our listeners. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to pass this on to, I think anybody in business can definitely benefit from the tools and the tips that you shared with us this evening. And I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Happy to share.
Thanks, Jason. See ya.
Bye.